to my channel. So today I'm going to do my Project Level Up update. I've been working on a level 3 and a level 4 because last update I decided to roll in my level 4. And I randomly picked this bad boy which has 30 pans in it, which is crazy. So if you are not familiar with what Project Level Up is, I definitely highly recommend you go see Sophie Alexandra's videos because she is the creator of this project and she can explain it a lot better than me. But basically you work from level 1 to level 5 and then you roll back down to level 1 unless you want to be crazy and keep going, and it means that you need to do basically a no pan left behind style on one chosen palette, either randomly or not, and you need to hit as many pans in that palette depending on what level you're on. So for my level 3 I have to hit 3 pans and also use every single shade 3 times, which has taken a little bit of time. And then last month, because I had already done the 3 pans, I just had a few more shades to work on. I decided to roll in my level 4, so I need to hit 4 pans in this one and use every shade 4 times. So that's a lot for such a big palette. Yeah. Okay, anyway, let's get into this one. This is the Artemis from Alter Ego. It is a Metropolis dupe for the Natasha Denona palette. And this is what mine looks like. So last month, as I said, I hit 3 pans and I just had a lot of shades that I still needed to use to hit that 3 uses or more. Obviously, you don't have to stop at 3 uses. I can thankfully say that today I have managed to use all of the shades at least 3 times now. It has taken some time. I mean, I just got so sick of it. I think the problem was the shades that I had left over were a lot of the orange shades, a lot of the like browny sort of rusty shades too, and I was just over them. They're very, very warm tone. A lot of them kind of look the same. So I, you know, even though I felt like I had gone in the shade already, just because I went into their sister shade, I didn't even go into that shade. So anyway, I'm officially going to be rolling this out. Let's just go through the numbers though, because I had quite a lot of shades that I still needed to use. And I have really put in the work this month because I just didn't want this to stay another month, especially since I have the Equalizer Volume 2 to work on. It's just, I have to keep this moving. All right, so here is what the palette is looking like. So, let's see, where's Ravage? Because I'm gonna like be jumping all over the place. Okay, so this is the first shade that I needed to use. I needed to use it 2 more times and I have. The next one is Catch. I actually used this for the last time today. It's what's kind of on my lids. This one I need to use 2 more times and I have now. Then we move on to Camouflage, which is all the way down here. So if I'm skipping shades, it just means that I've already used them 3 times or more. So Camouflage, I needed to use twice, which I have now. Then we get on to Victory. I needed to use that 2 times and I have. I'll say all the blues, like these blues, have been the hardest to use in this palette and they're just not nice in my opinion. But I did wear this yesterday for the last time and it actually is quite pretty. It is a pretty blue shimmer. It just, for me in this palette, doesn't belong. Anyway, so I did use that 2 times this month. Then we move on to Spear, where is Spear? Spear is down here. I was surprised I hadn't used this a lot because it's more of a yellowy one and I quite like it. I didn't use this at all, so I had to use it 3 times and I did this month. So there's a little bit more disturbance on that one. And then we have Chase. I needed to use that 1 more time, which I have. Pursuit, I need to use it twice, which I have. I think this is probably the worst shade in the palette for sure. I just don't think this is needed if you have this one. This one's a lot prettier than this one. Okay, and then Captivate is this next one. Along, I need to use that once more, and I did. Then we have Pluck, which I also have on the lids today. I need to use that 2 more times, and so the second time, it's more towards like the outer part of my lid. So that's a pretty shade, and I was surprised I hadn't used that. But again, it's one of the ones that just got lost because I felt like I had used it already. And then when I was thinking, well, which one is Pluck? I was trying to find one of the blues, and one of the blues were Pluck, and then it was just this lovely brown over here that I hadn't used. So Anyway, moving on, we have bow. I need to use that 3 times, and I have pushed myself, and I have used it 3 times now. The last time is today. I actually am wearing a little bit of a black on my lids from the level 4 palette, which we'll go into, and I blended this. It's a really dark blue, so I blended it into the black here, so it's not very noticeable, but that's how I got away with using it the 3rd time. Okay, moving on, we have ambush. I needed to use no, this one is ambush. This one I need to use 3 times as well. God, could say I need to use that 3 times and that 3 times, and they're so similar. So like, I just don't get them. I don't get it, but I used it 3 times. Then we have Prowl. Is that Prowl? Yeah, Prowl I needed to use twice, which I was surprised because I thought I got through all the greens pretty fast, but I still had 2 more uses on this one, and I did use it quite happily as well, I would say. Then we have Stealth. I only need to use this 1 more time. This is more of a green. I don't really mind this one, so that one was fine. And then we move on to Pounce. This is actually a really pretty orange. I need to use it 2 more times, and I have now. It's really pretty, and I would happily use this over some of these other oranges. I just think it's a little bit more fun. So anyway, moving on, the last shade that I needed to use this month is Conquer, and I used that twice, and I need to use it twice. So I've done that one now. And this one I just had to pair with another palette. I don't really feel like this shade really goes with this palette. It's like the blues. I don't like pairing it with all the oranges. So I just paired it with some other palettes that I was using this month, and I did a really nice, pretty, like red look the other day. For my ranking my last 10 palettes, I was wearing this shade along with some other shades from other palettes, if you wanted to know. So that one is done. I have put a lot of use into this palette now. That's two alter ego palettes that have been in my project level up. They've both been relatively higher level. I did the Canyon at level 5, which thankfully doesn't have as many shades as this one does. And then obviously I did this one at level 3. So I've got like 2 out of the 3 alter ego palettes have a lot of use and pans in them now, which is always great to see. They are 2 of my least favorite, though the 3rd one, which is my favorite, has never been pulled for a project, so I need to start working on that one, which is the Shadow Kiss. But thankfully this one is done, so we're going to be rolling that one out. Okay, I've been working on this. I don't have too much progress. I don't have any pans in here. I mean, as you can see, I spend a lot of time working on the alter ego still, and I have other palettes, and I have shot my stash palettes. I have things going on, okay? But I did get some use out of this. I did. There's one shade in here where I have used it 4 times, and I could potentially not use it again, but I think I'm going to be hitting pan in it. So I'll put up a picture of what it looked like last month when I rolled it in. The shimmers have a little bit of use on them. Otherwise, the mattes are pretty untouched, aside from one where I do have a pan. So it kind of looks the same. This is what it's looking like. And I'll just go quickly through the numbers. I haven't used all of the shades, so this should be relatively quick. Stripping I used once. I actually used that today. That's what's in my crease right now. So I used that today. Did not use this bright orange. Did not use this one. This one called Down, I used that once. Oh no, sorry, this one's called O'Clock. I used that once. And then this one called Down, I also used once. So I used these 2 once. Moving on to the second row, Bottomless, I used that twice this month. Then we have Whispering, I used once. Sweet, I used once. And then this one, I've actually used 5 times. So I'm only supposed to use these shades 4 times. So this one I've used 5 times. The 5th time actually was in my inner corner today. So I think it's definitely going to be one of the ones that I want to hit pan on. I thought it might happen today. I think I'm very, very close to it. These aren't super deep. So I think I'll hit pan in it in the next 1 or 2 uses. So that'll be exciting, but it just didn't happen. Then we have Brunch. I used that once. And then we go down to Feeling. I used this one twice. Day I used once. Cherry I've used twice. Dream I've used once. Did not use this one. You Can I've used once. And Comfort I've used once. Then we skip ahead to this one. I've used that once, and then this one I've used 3 times, and I again used that today in my outer V. So that one, just 1 more use and I can roll it out. Did not use that one. On, even though I have a pan, obviously I still need to use it in this project, so I used that once. I also used Bite once, and I used black once, which was today. So yeah, quite a lot of shades still left to use, but I feel like, considering the amount of uses that I put in the Alter Ego palette and this one, I think I've done a lot this last month. I'm actually really pleased with myself. Had this been like a smaller palette, I'm sure I would have had a way more uses, but honestly going into this palette has been such a pleasure. I knew I loved this palette, and going into it more this month has just been really fun. It hasn't felt like, oh, I need to go into this palette. It's more like, oh, yay, I get to go into this palette, because I feel like there's a lot of variety in here and I haven't got sick of it. So I'm very, very pleased. And yeah, we'll just have to wait and see, because now I don't have the Artemis anymore. I just have this one, so I can really, really focus on and kind of, you know, do complete looks with this, because I feel like I've always used this with another palette, because I haven't wanted to put my whole focus into this yet, because I wanted to finish the Alter Ego. So now I can just do full complete looks with this and really get a good feeling of the palette. I know I said that these shimmers are similar to Beauty Bay. I don't think they are. I think I said that in my other video though, but I don't know. I'm in two minds. I think they're very different actually. I think Beauty Bay is a little bit creamier. These are a little bit thinner, but still beautiful. So I don't know what that means. All right, so that is my update for my level up for this month. And yeah, go check out Sophie Alexandra. She's always in my description. So if you have missed this project and you want to know what it's about, or obviously go check out other people, she does have a playlist as well, which is really nice to see. So you can find a lot of us doing it. It's a really fun project. I will say it is one of the best ones for sure. I hope everyone's doing well, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.